When Paul was given the information concerning this plan of God, which I call the final gospel, he was given the liberty and the right from Jesus to handle this message so that we might come to an understanding of it. Actually, he made some critical changes in the way we look at the things of God. When this plan of God registered with the Apostle Paul, he knew right off that it would take a lifetime for anybody to ever get a hold of the principles of it. He was the high school man in the Bible. He had more degrees, as today would declare, than anybody else. He knew Judaism. He knew the law. But when he received this message, he knew that it didn't fit any of the things that were ordinary to the Bible, to the Old Testament, or even to Jesus of Nazareth. From Jesus himself, he received these unusual things. If you want to know how unusual these things were in the Apostle Paul's life, study the 2nd chapter of 1 Corinthians, because he kind of sums that all up by saying that those that are born again have a different wisdom. They look at things differently. They understand things differently. Well, there's very few religious people that are going to let anybody come into anything different than what they believe or what they have taught. But this is important to your spiritual growth. For the plan of God to materialize in your mind and you to see all that is involved, it will be necessary that you have a different template, a different pattern to lay upon your life and the Scriptures to come to the proper understanding. It is not in the same vein of understanding. I taught for years one way. I saw the Scriptures one way. And then when the revelation of Christ began to take place in my life, I could see right off that there was another way, a more profound way that was attached to and a part of the plan of God. His plan goes beyond all finite comprehension. Salvation was no longer something God gave to people. Salvation was a person. That's the first radical change. That sinners do not accept Christ as their Savior only. They must allow Him to become their life to be saved. Paul called it the saving life of Christ. That's different, you see. That's not the same old message and the same old idea. And he did a number of things that are pertinent to understanding this message. We have gone through several times already the tripartite man, where I draw all these circles. That was something that Paul saw no one else saw. That was something that flowed out of this plan of God. That now God is not dealing with mankind as a single entity called a soul. In the Old Testament, it was souls saved. In the four Gospels, it was getting the soul saved. In Paul's message, the soul was not saved per se. It was in the process of being saved. The body was not saved. It will only be saved on the resurrection morning. What was saved was spirit. And spirit became what man was to God. And God's intention was that spirit become to man who he was. Try to get hold of that if you can. You are not what you are in body and soul. That's the way the world looks at it. They look at a human being as body and soul. God looks at you in spirit. Because Christ didn't come to take over your body. He didn't come to take over your soulish part. He came to be joined to your spirit. He that is joined to the Lord is one spirit. That's salvation. That's what salvation is in grace. So you have to begin to look at things differently. Your soul will always be in the process of being saved. It will never be completely saved. It will always be being saved. How does that work? That's where you grow up in Christ. That's where the love affair is. The love affair with God is in your soulish part. Why do we make a distinction there? It's because spirit is perfect. There's no growing in spirit. There's no growing in the deeper things of salvation. They are total and complete in you. So Paul introduces to us something that's very important. And I want to read the scripture concerning this in Hebrews 4th chapter, and we'll begin to read at the 12th verse. For the word of God is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Now, the real center of this verse is the two-edged sword dividing soul and spirit. We're back again to the tripartite man, who he is, what he's all about. We put 3 circles up here on a nice board that's just been cleaned by Denise. And you have body, soul, and Christ is the life. He lives in you. He is spirit. You must understand that since you have been born again, you are a spirit being. You are that right now to God. You're not going to be that. That's what you are now as a Christian. A Christian is a spirit being, because the life, the new life of the Christian is Christ's spirit joined to their spirit. So you are a spirit being. God deals with you on that level. As a spirit being and as Christ living in you, you're perfect. We will get to that, I think, a little later. Not today, but a little later. Now, this verse of Scripture, Hebrews 4 and 12, tells us that there is a necessity in your understanding to separate your spirit, Christ, spirit, from your soul. This is very important because this is something that flowed out of the plan of God. You see, in the Old Testament, salvation was a total thing for a total man. Many of my friends who come along preaching used to preach that deliverance was for the whole man. And some even went so far as to use a little Greek word to say that when somebody got saved, we're not only saved in soul, but we're also saved in body, as if divine healing was a perfect work of God. The Apostle Paul knew better than this, and when he talked with Jesus, he was able to write here in Hebrews that from the things we have given you in the Scriptures, you will come to the knowledge of the importance of separating your soul and spirit. Now, this makes a great difference when we come to this issue of law. There is no law contained in our spirit. Christ is our life, is our total everything. There's nothing we can do to get him. There's nothing we can do to lose him. He is birthed in us. He is birthed in us. Do you understand that? When you are born again, Christ is birthed in you. He is not birthed in your soul. Your soul is what contains your mind, your will, and your emotions. Christ is not birthed in this part of you. He is real to that part of you, but he's not birthed in that part of you. Neither is he birthed into your body. So Paul says the ongoing believer, the believer that's going to come to know who he is in Christ, needs to separate soul and spirit. Well, if that was left up to man, we would have Christian missions running around that our our calling is to get you separated in soul and spirit. So Paul doesn't allow that to happen. He says that you are separated in soul and spirit by the sword of the Lord, the Word of God. That's not a very sharp-looking one, but that's a sword. See, sword. What it's supposed to do is to separate your soul and spirit. Why? Because in your spirit you stand perfect before God. How do you stand perfect before God? Christ is your life. This is life. Life is in the Son. For the life to be in the Son, then it is spirit life. This life you have in you is spirit life. It's not going to be. It is now. It's in the now. Now are you the sons of God. Now. So spirit life is what you are. That's why Paul could come along and say that we now have the faith of Jesus Christ. Where do we have the faith of Jesus Christ? We have it in our spirit. Christ has been joined to our spirit. That has made us one. Christ takes over our life. He is our all in all, Paul would say. And so the end result is the part of us that has long been the teacher of who we were is left without a position. That's your soulish part. This is your human self. Your human self is your body and soul. All your days, from being a baby onward, you thought the real you was what you felt, what you saw, what happened to you. That was the real you. But when you were rebirthed, there was a change that took place. The change that took place was that now the real you is this Christ in you. Take every statement of in Christ position, over 146 of them in Paul's epistles alone. Take every place it's stated, and you will see that it is speaking of Christ. It is not speaking of you, it speaks of Christ. In Christ's position means that you have now finally found the true identity of who you are. This is what you thought you were in soul and body, so that all of your life you were motivated by what you thought and by what you felt, like in your body. Most people are body persons. They are ruled by their bodies. But when Christ became our life, God no longer looked at us like that. He didn't look at us as body people anymore. He had already fixed in the plan of God what would happen to the body on the resurrection morning when the dead in Christ rise out of the grave with full bodies. So you and I who wait and remain will be caught up to meet the Lord in the air with a resurrected body, a body likened unto Christ in His resurrection. So that all is yet to come. Paul makes a statement in Corinthians that we are delivered. Where? In spirit. The next line says we are being delivered. That's in soul. Why is it that the soul is not saved in grace? Because the soul is where you have the feeling and the will and the understanding to do what ought to be done. You see, the Christ that is in you must flow out of you like this. He must flow through your soul. He must flow through your mind. The Christ that is in you has no mind but your mind. Paul would say we have the mind of Christ. That is, the only mind that Christ has is our mind. If your mind is never given to the knowledge of who and what you are in Christ, then the Christ in you has no mind. I would say 90% of born-again believers have not given their mind to the Christ that is in them, basically because they don't know. That gospel is not preached. Paul's message is not preached. And the end result is most people today still think that the real person they are is this person of the human self. But the real you to God is the spirit man. This is where everlasting life is, in spirit. This is where your eternality is in spirit, Christ in you. Now, coming to the understanding of the separation of these two is very important. Just a very little, as it would be, message on this. A person may never be perfectly right in their soul or body, but stand still perfect before God in spirit. A person may be battling things that have happened in their life, all the days of their life, but that will not stop Christ from being the life He accepts. We may sin. We sin in our flesh. This is our flesh being here. The sins of the flesh were taken care of at the cross, and all a believer needs to do that has Christ in them is to claim the deliverance from that and stop doing it, because the Holy Spirit will help them there. That brings up the important thing about the Holy Spirit. Where is the Holy Spirit in this tripartite person? He's right here. He lives in the soul. A person that is filled with the Holy Spirit has the Holy Spirit working in their soul mind. He's the teacher. We said it in the beginning. The Holy Spirit's mission is to take this mind right here and reveal this Christ that lives in them. That's why He works in the mind. But not to get taken up with that, I wanted to talk about the sword of the Lord. The division of soul and spirit is handled by the Scriptures themselves. Now, Paul's wording here is very plain. For the Word of God is like a two-edged sword. The Word of God is, not going to be, not can be. The Word of God is. He used the Scriptures here. And he said the Word of God is what will separate soul and spirit. Now, this is something new in grace. This is something never taught before in the Bible. This is something that comes by revelation from the Apostle Paul, or from Jesus to the Apostle Paul. This is something important, because in your soulish part, you're going to want to stand perfect by your own actions, by what you do, by how you do things. You're going to want to be a self-contained self. Most of us have been raised like that. It's like, if I don't do it, it won't get done. Or if it isn't me, it's not going to be anybody. We all have this attitude in us that what is to be is going to be left up to us. We are taught that. But you can't do that in grace. Because in the grace of God, He has already given you the eternal life. It's there. It didn't come with a deal attached to it that says, if you do this, I'll do that. You were birthed to be that. You were birthed to be a Christian. Rebirthed. He didn't take the same old person and work it over. He took the life that was in your spirit, the sin nature, the thing that came from Adam's sin. He took that out by the cross. If you want to know what sin you can never commit again as a believer, there is a sin you can never commit again, and that's the sin of Adam. That was taken out. Now, you can commit sins over here of the flesh sins, but you can never again commit the sin that separated you from God because of Adam's disobedience. That's what the cross took care of. That's a whole other message, but you need to see that. Well, with all this scribbling, the point is that the Word of God is its own answer. To every question, the Word of God is its own answers. When I first came into this message, I had learned something from my old friend Norman Grubb, and that was he was always reluctant to take questions from people. Because every question I answer for you that fits what you already believe does you no good. And every question I answer for you that is contrary to what you believe makes you mad. Why don't I see it right? So Jesus did a great thing to the Apostle Paul. He knew that when this gospel was given, the gospel of grace, he knew that when this was unfolded, there would be a multitude of questions. Everybody had asked a question. In Paul's day, there was any number of denominations started. I don't know how many of them continue to this day, but any number of them started in Paul's day. Some took a little bit of the Christ message. Some believed his resurrection as their gospel. Others didn't believe his resurrection. Some still practiced healing and miracles. There was all kinds of different groups, just like there is today. Just all kinds of people running around, and all of them saying they preach Christ one way or another. Well, Jesus knew this had happened, and he gave to Paul the fact that if you're going to get the answers, if you're going to get the true answers, they're going to be in the Scriptures. You're going to get them out of the Scriptures. That was different, you see. If I answer questions, every question for you, I may not be where the Scriptures should be in your life. My answer might be different. So I very seldom like to answer people's questions. If they're hungry, I have plenty of tools to help them get into the Scriptures. If they're not hungry, it really doesn't make that much difference. So the Word of God is the key to spiritual growth. To come into this plan, this awesome plan where the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit mapped it all out before there was any creation on this earth, mapped it out perfectly, can only come to you and I as it's revealed to us. It is written in the Scriptures. And when the Holy Spirit reveals a thing, he never reveals anything contrary to Scriptures. The Holy Spirit has been the promoter of most of the Scriptures, but he never does anything contrary to the Scriptures. So when somebody comes along with their special revelation or their special vision or their special word from God, if it doesn't line up with the Scriptures, you can mark an X in them right off. Because this was a gospel that was different. This is not the same old gospel. This is not the kingdom message. This is not the message where there's going to be a better world. This is a message for people who are going to be translated to the Father's house as his offspring. They are different, they are special, and they are saved by Christ on the cross. They are the only group of people that will be ultimately saved by the Christ on the cross, because those that live during the tribulation period are going to be saved once again by self-effort, back under the law. Of course, the blood of Jesus Christ will still atone for their sin, but it'll not be the same as it is with you and I. We are a special group of people redeemed by the blood of the Lamb. Let's look at the Scriptures here as this verse lays it out for us. Several points I'd like to give you that can make a difference in your understanding of this sword that separates soul and spirit. First, the key to it is the Word of God. For the Word of God is sharp and powerful, more so than a two-edged sword separating soul and spirit. The two must be separated because you do not have salvation in soul as you do in spirit. That was God's plan. Why did He do that? Well, if you'll remember our past teaching here yesterday, earlier today, God was never again going to put up with people who said they loved Him and didn't live for Him. So when anybody comes to the Lord and accepts Jesus as their Savior, God rebirths them in spirit and fixes them so you are mine. Whatever you think, whatever you do, you're mine. I claim you, not because of you, but because of the death of Christ on the cross. It's the cross that gives me the right to claim whosoever believeth shall not perish, but have everlasting life. That's simple. That's the gospel. So the Word of God is in the center of this, in this verse. That means that Christ is the final word to sinful humanity. And I want to go through that again briefly. Christianity is not a denomination. It is not a religious group. It is not a church group, as the rest of them are. Christianity is for all human beings who have been born into this world. It is the only part of God's plan that takes these human beings born into this world and completes them. Because no human being without Christ in them is a completed human being. See, I have to say that a lot of times in a lot of different places, because humanity is not complete without Christ. That has nothing to do with religious dogma. That has nothing to do with the doctrines of the church. That has nothing to do with denominations. That has to do with the key of life itself, the life of the human. All humans coming into this world must be born again. Who said that? Jesus said that. He said to Nicodemus, you must be born again to enter or to know the things of God. Isn't that simple? It's all wrapped up in a birthing. You must be born again. And so a human being is not trying to be a good Baptist or a good Methodist or good Catholic or a good whatnot. A human being, to become who they are supposed to be as a human being, must have Christ in them, because their whole body is created in the image and likeness of God, and to leave Christ out of our spirit, we are incompleted human beings. That's what salvation is. So where do you get that? Comes from the Scriptures. I tell you, I know a lot of nuts that are religious, and they come up with the most unbelievable things, but nobody could have ever come up with a plan of God like the plan we're talking about. Nobody could have come up with the idea that a human being must be rebirthed. Peter would say, being born again by the Word of God. Jesus. You see it? It's Jesus, the Word. And so the Word is that sharp sword that separates soul and spirit. Point number 2. The Word of God is sharp and powerful. I have always believed that born-again believers didn't need some preacher hitting them over the head and telling them to do right. What they needed to do was to simply search the Scriptures. Now, I'm going to tell you something that is very important to you. We brought out this morning the fact that there are two different kinds of, or there are two different aspects to your Bible. One aspect is prophecy. Prophecy. 4/5 of your Bible is prophecy. The other part of your Bible is the mystery. Obviously, it has only 1/5 of the Scriptures. What is the mystery? Christ in you, the hope of glory. Colossians 1:26 and 27. The mystery is Christ in you. Only 1/5 of the Bible deals with that. Now, where do you think the Holy Spirit would send somebody that needed a separation of soul and spirit to be who they're supposed to be? Obviously, that part of the Scripture that deals only with that subject. Only in Paul's message would you get that. Some out of John, a little out of Peter, but that's all. It's Paul's epistles. That's where the Word of God is that separates soul and spirit. That doesn't mean that the rest of the Bible is not good. It just doesn't apply. It doesn't mean that it isn't the Word of God. It means that it's not to you. The only part of the Scripture that is to you as a born-again believer is in that 1/5 of the Scriptures. That's the only place. All the rest of it is prophecy. And 90% of the prophecy belongs to Israel. So the Word of God is quick and powerful. Quick and powerful. You don't need anything outside of the Scriptures. You just need to know where to go to find what it is you need. You say, I thought the Psalms were. No, the Psalms is an Israelite writing to other Israelites. Beautiful as they are. Why do we like the Psalms? Do they tell us who we are in Christ? No, they appeal to ourselves, to beauty, to love. But that's not where you live. That's okay. The Psalms are good. That's God's Word. But that's not where you are. David never had Christ in him with all the good things he had to say. Isaiah, my favorite, but Isaiah never had Christ in him. He was never given the right to write about it. He was never given the liberty by the Holy Spirit to deal with it, because it wouldn't be for those who were born again. He couldn't write to those that were born again. He could tell us a lot of historical facts. And that's why I like him so much. He describes the cross as nobody else. But all that's prophecy. So the Word of God is sharp and powerful. It's sharp. I can't straighten out people who are wrong in their beliefs. I don't even try. I preach the gospel. You get into the Scriptures and you'll find them sharp and powerful. Preacher said to me not long ago, he said, I don't know why you get hung up on this in Christ thing so much. I said, I'm hung up on it because it's mentioned more in the New Testament than any other single grace of God. More than power, more than love, more than gifts of the Spirit, more than any other grace of God. How could I ignore it? How could I preach and not preach it? I don't even try anymore. I used to try to beat around the bush. A lady said to me one time, you're not balanced. And I thought, well, I may be a little insane. No, she said, that's not what you're thinking about. I'm thinking. She said, you don't preach everything together. Yes, I said, I've done that for years, and I never preached the one thing that is mentioned more in the Scriptures than any other one thing. I'll tell you, you go to any Christian's library that has all the books, and you won't find over 4 or 5 books that deal with in Christ position. One of them is Andrew Murray. Got to go back to an African to get the truth. I know what I'm talking about. It's ignored. That's the sharpness of the Scriptures. For the Word of God is sharp and powerful. You get that? It's sharp and powerful. With churchianity becoming such a big power in religion, we've almost forgotten the power of the gospel. Romans 1:16, for the Word of God is sharp and powerful. No, for the Word of God is powerful. The gospel itself. His wording is, I am not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ, for it, not Jesus Christ, it, not God, it, the gospel for the gospel of Jesus Christ. It is powerful. That's why I say that churchianity has taken over to where we don't have that kind of preaching anymore. We don't have that sort of understanding. I always remember Jonathan Edwards. You may not know him. He was back in the 1600s, but he could preach to people so greatly they said that the folks fell out of their chairs and was holding on their chairs to keep from slipping into hell. That's pretty good preaching there. It's powerful. This plan of God that I'm dealing with and talking to you about had in its story, in its history, in its scriptures, it had power. The power of God was in it. And when that gospel is preached, it is powerful. Our generation has not heard that gospel. You know what I'm depending on? I'm depending on you to carry that gospel. Somebody's always asking, where is the fellow that's going to take over when you go? And I'm going to go someday. I'm ready. But you're the one that's going to carry it. You're the one that's heard. You're the one that knows. This gospel is so powerful that any of you can change lives by preaching this where you are. And I want you to always remember, in the Christ life, we're not a preacher's movement. Thank God we have some good ministers connected with us around the world. But this is basically a layman's movement, because laymen are the first that come to take hold of these truths. So the sword is quick and powerful. It's more powerful than a two-edged sword. The scriptures can cut and sever. But notice what it is, it's severing. It's not cutting down the believer and making him fit God's plan. It's not cutting the believer apart and bisecting him. It's separating your soul and spirit. Because when Jesus died on the cross, as we established in the first session, his death was to give God a right to birth his own children. It is not a religious thing. For religion would say, well, when you get saved, everybody's got to do right or they're not saved. That isn't what God wanted. He wanted to birth his own. He wanted to born again every human being that accepted Christ's death and Christ's life. He wanted that to be what was happening there. His interest wasn't getting a bunch of church people all tied up neatly in robes and such to look holy and pure. That isn't what he wanted. He wanted Christ to be the life. And he'll depend on Christ's righteousness, Christ's purity, Christ's allness. And so he does. That's what salvation is. God depending on Christ, who is in you. There is nothing else that compares with the scriptures that will give you the understanding of Christ living in you but the scriptures. That's really all you need. We have, in our years of bringing this message, all kinds of writings. I have a writing I did a long time ago of the 146 times it says in Christ in Paul's ministry, and over 200 times in the rest of the New Testament. Something you ought to feast on. That's important. That has to do with you. When Peter and Paul came to a parting of the ways in Galatians 2, Peter wanting to preach circumcision because that's the way he had been raised and what he thought ought to be done. What he did by doing that was to deny people what the scriptures would say. You're a born-again believer. There's not anything that can take the place of that. Somebody come to me and say, well, I believe I'm born again. Now I want to go on to deeper things. How can you get deeper than Christ living in you? Tell me that. I've seen a lot of people go into deeper things. I had a fellow that was very close to our fellowship in one place, and he decided to take up the universal reconciliation doctrines and add it to the in Christ message. He spoiled everything, because the in Christ message didn't need somebody on the other end preaching the devil is going to be saved in the end. I had a fellow come along, and it looked like he's taken up with the Christ life message in a great way. And one day he was talking to me, and he said, ever since Jesus has returned to this earth in the rapture. I said, what? Oh, he said, you didn't know Jesus had come back in the rapture already? I felt bad. I missed it. Man. I had missed that for sure. Oh, he said he came back in 70 A.D. I said, brother, that's too far out for Christ living in a believer. You want to go deeper? Learn this Jesus that's in you. Learn how he works in you. Learn how he comes out of you. Because that's what salvation is. Salvation is not a thing. Salvation is a person. Amen? Well, there's no end to this, and so I'm just going to have to quit. The sword of the Lord, the Scriptures, is going to cut deep. Severing soul and spirit is going to be a deep cut. It's going to hurt. You're not going to go on to be who God created you to be without some hurt. It's going to hurt. Because religion has become a nice little fuddy-duddy thing that if everybody just acts nice, they're going to heaven. That's okay. I don't deny that. That may be the way it is. But I'm going to tell you, that's not what God created you to be in this flesh body you're living in now. If you love him, you will want what you're living in now, this body of yours, this soul of yours, to come under subjection to being a son of God right now. You are that if you never become that in your thinking. You are God's child right now. Let's quit. See, I can start all over again. God bless you. You're the best group I've seen all day. Reach over and take your neighbor by the hand.